Hi, my name's Charlotte Freeman and recently I became engaged. Excuse the nails. My fiance Matt proposed back in February, which is 8 or 9 weeks ago now. So we've just started the whole wedding planning process, which is very exciting. So I decided to start vlogging. I thought I'd show you the ups and the downs, everything in between, right up until the big day. I also thought it would be a good thing for Matt and me to watch in years to come, even if it's just to have a good laugh. And if you guys have got any suggestions, maybe you're already married and you can give me some tips or hints, or maybe you're like me and you're going through the wedding planning process, and hopefully these videos can help you. So just to give you a brief history of Matt and I, we were part of the same friendship group from college, so that's between the ages of 16 and 18. And then at the end of my first year at university, I went home for a night out. I bumped into him and we swapped phone numbers. We had our first date the following evening, and then 5 days later he asked me out, which was on the 17th of June 2009. I completed my last 2 years at university, and a few weeks after I finished, Matt went off to start a training course. That lasted around 2 years. It was a lot of long distance, and he actually had to go to America for 6 months, so really full on there. And that course finished in early 2013. We were finally able to see each other a lot more once he came back home, and then in January this year we decided we were in a position to start looking at houses to buy. I didn't think we'd get engaged at all yet because the plan was we'd buy a house first and then think about those kind of things. But in early February he told me he had booked a last minute weekend away as a belated Valentine's present, which was on the 27th of February. On Valentine's Day, I opened my card to see some plane tickets that fell out. One was flying into Zurich and the other was flying out of Basel in Switzerland. Really had no idea, but was going with it. Once we landed in Switzerland, Matt mentioned we had to get on a train and it took about an hour, and then we reached Lake Lucerne, so I still had no idea what was going on. Eventually we found a cable car which took us up the mountainside to our hotel, which was a beautiful castle overlooking the lake. And once we checked in, a lady came up and bought a bottle of champagne, which I thought was odd because we don't normally do things like that, but Matt just played it down. We then went for a walk to check out the hotel, look at all the cool bits of armour and things like that, and we also booked the restaurant for dinner there. We headed back up to the room because I thought we were going to get changed, freshen up and head out into town, take a look at all the sights. And then as I was standing in the window looking out at the lake, Matt out of nowhere got down on one knee and proposed. It was really, really sweet, and I was just totally in shock. I went to start crying and then I just started shaking, and I think I was shaking for about an hour and then made a lot of phone calls, but it was so beautiful and I'm so lucky. It was just amazing the way he did it. It was so much thought went into it, and yeah, that's how it happened. So there you have it. There's just a bit of information about Mr. Jones and I. Mr. Jones is Matt. I can't remember if I said his surname earlier. Next week we're going to be getting stuck into the wedding planning process. We're going to be looking at churches and venues and finding the right venue for you. Thanks very much for watching. If you like what you've seen, please like this video. You can also subscribe to my channel and leave me as many comments as you like. You can also tweet me, and that's at Charlotte's Vlog, and I'll see you next week.